All right, Blitz Nation, here we are backstage at Sonic Temple, joined by the great Ronnie Hunter, and of course the newly married Nita Strauss and Josh. How are you guys?
Great.
So great.
Thank you very much. We are really good.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Vialta.
Ah,
This is so my wife right here. Do you see? This is my wife.
Watch out. I know her manager. And he's keeps a
He's
lookout.
tough, yeah.
Big time.
you know how many guys like love and hate you at the same time?
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Speaking of which, I heard you guys on Here's Where My Geekdom's going to come out. I did a bunch of stuff with Bully Ray and those guys back in the WWE days.
Yeah.
And I heard your interview with those guys on Busted Open, which I thought was hilarious. Now I wanted to wish I was at your wedding because I heard all these stories of karaoke random karaoke and following Alice Cooper and all this stuff. And I'm like, that had to be a hell of a party.
It was so much fun. You know, people always say that their wedding is the best day of their lives and it goes by too fast. And, you know, we have a fun life. We do a lot of cool stuff together, so I didn't anticipate how true that would be, that the wedding would really be the best day of our lives.
We have different friends from different industries, so it was good to have a lot of different friends of ours there. And Mick Foley officiated the wedding, so it was great. It really was.
Did Alice
So
Cooper
good.
officiate too? Was he a part of it?
Mick Foley officiated, and Alice and his wife gave a reading during the ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Did they bring the snake to your wedding and the reception?
No snake. We did have our dogs as the ring bearers.
That's awesome.
But no
Nice.
snake this time.
Nice. So who all did the karaoke? Because I saw some videos, but you tell me who all.
Yeah, it was wild. We had, Mick and Dave from Busted Open, David Draymond sang. We got up and played some songs together. Alice sang. Our band got up. My solo band got up and played a song together and sang together. Our singer, Casey Carlson, sang something. Trying to think who else. Demi's band members got up and played together. Demi unfortunately had to leave before the karaoke set, but the band got up and played something together. Pete Thorne on guitar, who's just fantastic. So it was a really fun jam.
We got
Right
to jam Pantera and Metallica.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, David Draymond did Enter Sandman. Is that what
So
I
So good.
I played drums. He sang. John Moyer from Disturbed on bass, and then our guitar player Johnny Young played guitar. So we did Enter Sandman and then Cowboys from Hell. I mean, how many weddings can you go to and they play that?
Not very many.
Not very many at all.
The intimidation to get up there and do karaoke in a room like that had to be insane. Because just when you think you got it, you're like, oh, damn.
Honestly, though, the vibe was cool. I feel like we've all, as musicians, played these sort of higher pressure shows. There's a lot of other, we're at one right now, where there's a festival like this where there's so many other musicians in the audience. But the vibe was good. It was easy. It was as we say, it was loose. Nobody was really worried about making mistakes or this or that. Nobody was note perfect except for David Draymond, who's always note perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
But we just went out there and had a good time.
So, Nita, I had a chance to see you with Alice Cooper at Ohio Stadium on that tour with Motley Crue and Def Leppard. And I have to say, when you were introduced to the stadium of people, you got the biggest ovation than anybody else. Because
thank
it was
you.
like you were our hometown girl. We're so proud to have you, playing music and being a woman representing all of the rest of us. So
Thank you so much.
And you're very welcome. And then we saw you with Mammoth WVH at Bluestone, and you and Wolfie had just both kind of gotten your announcements of being engaged out, which you did at Whiskey for the album release.
Yes, this is true.
So it was kind of neat to see all this play out. We were able to kind of be with you sort of for that ride, and you were kind enough to share your love experience with us. Did you know that he was going to propose to you the night of your album release at Whiskey?
I had no idea. I had zero idea. And in fact, we were joking around backstage before the show, and somebody, we've been together almost 10 years. So, almost every time we're in a group of people, someone says, when are you going to marry her? And he said, I'm waiting for her to propose. And so I got down on one knee and proposed in front of all of our friends. And I said, will you make me the happiest woman in the world and be my husband? And he's like, get up. I didn't know that he had the ring in his pocket when I did that.
Did you ish your pants like somebody told her?
No. What's funny because it's the irony of how funny that is, because there's a picture of that when she was on her knee, down on one knee. And what's funny, it's like when we got married, we made a really cool laminate, like an all access pass, and on the back of it was a bunch of collage of a bunch of pictures of us, and on one side it was the when she was down on one knee, on the other side was when I was proposed to her. So what's cool about that is nobody knew except my mom. And before we played, I pulled her dad aside into the dressing room and I asked for her hand in marriage. And,
Good dude.
He's a good one.
Did he ask you what are you going to do if she says no?
My family all knows. The whole world knows that I've been gunning for that proposal. So I think they were all just
Now, but you guys were together
Cyber.
for so long. Wasn't it like you were already kind of married?
there you go.
it was like that, but we still needed to get married.
Okay.
That's something I used to always say all the time. I'm like, we are married.
We are
you know?
married. I said, well, perfect. Then what's the harm in getting the ring and the
I feel
dress?
like if you get dogs together, like that's almost the same thing.
Yes, we do have pets together, which is we checked all the other boxes, and that was why getting married was really easy for us because, we own a home together, we own a car together, we have pets together, we run multiple businesses together, we've been through the peaks and valleys of life together. So I feel like there's not a lot of surprises left for us as far as our relationship goes. There's always going to be surprises in life, but I think we kind of know each other really well by now. We know how we behave in times of crisis, and we know that we can depend upon each other to have each other's back, and those are the most important things.
Now, do you leave the door open or do you close the door?
Girls don't do that.
Yes,
Exactly.
I agree.
What are you
I
talking
agree.
about?
The restroom.
What?
The restroom protocol is that door open
Yeah.
or door closed.
Girls don't do that.
Girls
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah,
Do you
I don't do
talk-
that either.
Do you talk to each other while you're taking care of business in the bathroom?
Girls don't do that.
Okay.
This is not a topic of discussion.
Okay.
I'm
with you
I
100%.
can't speak for how it is in the women's restroom, especially if it's a public restroom. And Josh, you might know this. In a guy's restroom, you can be in the bathroom and some random dude will come up and start talking to you while you're, taking care of business. I'm
Oh,
like,
that's in the ladies' room
Is it?
too. That's for sure.
I'm like, dude,
you make some
no.
of the
So
best
weird.
friends of your life in the ladies' room, especially like I don't drink anymore, but when you did, and everybody's like touching up their makeup in the in the bathroom of the concert or whatever, it's like, oh my God, love your perfume. You can wear it.
Yes.
You can try on this, and you make some friends for life that you never talk to again.
Yeah, see, guys don't do that. There's no, you smell really good. Really?
Leave me alone.
So, Nita, with Call of the Wild being so incredibly successful and having all of these amazing artists on it with you, Dorothy, David Draymond, who hopped up on stage with you today, which was so cool.
So cool.
What are the plans for the next time around? I mean, you're splitting your time with Solo, Demi, Alice. What is for you solo coming up next for your band?
Well, when we made the Call of the Void, I really, I had a specific vision in mind that I wanted to branch out, and this is a vision that Josh, as my manager, has been very insistent on for a long time, to push me out of just doing instrumental music and move out into the wider and broader audience and, show more people what we can do as a band. And so that'll be the goal for the next one, just keep on expanding, keep on stepping out of the comfort zone and trying new things, working with different people, and really just growing.
Yes. And that album just hit. Every single was just so exciting and good. And I think I called it Call of the Wild. I'm so sorry because I'm feeling pretty kind of wild right now. But yes, Call
That's a good book.
Yeah, that is a good.
Great book.
Do you know the meaning of the title? Tell them. It's so awesome. She's so
The
smart.
Call
and
of
great.
the Void is if you've ever experienced that feeling where if you're at the top of a tall building and you're like, what would happen if I just jumped? And it's not a suicidal ideation. It's just that sort of push of that's far. I wonder what would happen if, and so that's called the Call of the Void.
I jumped out of an airplane a couple of times and I didn't know what was going to happen. So I might have felt the call of the void.
Yes, definitely so.
I almost tried gas station sushi once. I think that might be
That's the riskiest thing of all.
Right?
Same
Airport
thing.
sushi or gas station
Right?
sushi. Yes.
I have a question. When are you ever going to step up behind that mic and take lead vocal on a song?
I don't see it happening. I mean, never say never, but I mean the thing is I'm not a singer. I'm not a drummer either. I can play a little bit of drums, but I have an amazing drummer.
I'm sorry. I have to cut her off here. She's an amazing singer.
That's
She
not
actually
right.
she can actually really sing. She can scream backups too, which scare the hell out of me when she's in my ears because I'm like, who is? Oh my God, it's her.
I can scream, but I don't.
And she can play drums. She's multi-talented.
Not good enough to do it. And the thing is, I can sing a little. I can play the other instruments a little bit, but I have such a great drummer. Why would I play the drums when I can work with somebody that's so good? I'm an okay singer, but if I can have someone like Lizzie Hale sing a song, or someone like David Draymond, who is like the best singers in the world, you know, like, I think, like, what kind of ego would I have to be like, no, I think I'll do it. You know, like,
I mean, they call you Hurricane.
Oh,
for
let
a
Dorothy
reason.
do it. I love playing guitar. I don't really like singing. You know, like, I'm not particularly good at it. I think if I did go out and like step out, I think I would probably get some people that liked it, and the vast majority of people would be like, why would you do that? Stick to playing guitar. It's like, I know, I'm not very good. Like, just let me play guitar in peace.
When you are on stage, when you are playing, it's like you're talking to the audience with your guitar.
Definitely.
And when you are doing your thank yous, because you're so kind when you play a show, you're so grateful throughout. You always take a moment to just enjoy and appreciate the people that are there to support you. You always do. I think that's so beautiful. And like, it's going to make me cry because you're just no ego at all, and you're so talented. But you speak better with your guitar, because I think that microphone does kind of make you a little bit nervous, you know, to that point.
I definitely do. You know, I don't really enjoy being in the frontman role in my band. You know, like, I understand it, but it's not really my forte. You know, like, I do definitely like sort of put a little script together for myself to memorize and say, you know, something similar each time, because I look at someone like Phil Anselmo, you know, who can just go out and riff with the audience every day. And like, I can, like you said, I can do that with my guitar, but it is harder to do it, you know, with your words, using your words.
Yeah.
What's downtime like for you guys? Because you have so much going on, you know. And I mean, I wonder, when you're like you guys, you kind of live part of your life on the road, do you just want to be off the road sometimes for your downtime, or do you have like this destination where you're always like, okay, as soon as we have time off, this is where we're going now?
What is downtime?
Good question.
We're actually leaving for our real honeymoon on Monday, so that's actually going to be our first vacation as a couple, like our first real vacation as a couple, and we've been together, like I said, almost 10 years.
That's awesome.
But I think in your life, you know, there are some seasons where you have balance, and there are some seasons where you're kind of like nose to the grindstone, just getting it done. And right now we both have big goals and big dreams and big aspirations, so there's just not a lot of room for downtime. But we are going on vacation, and I will not be bringing a guitar. We've gone on trips together, but it's always like, oh, I'll stay at the end of tour and we'll spend 3 days somewhere. So this time we are going to the beach, and I'm not bringing a guitar, and we're just going to relax.
Yes.
Leave your phone at home too, because when I was calling your label to set this up, he said, they're taking time away, they just got married. I said, no, don't interrupt them. Just let me know like the day of. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We'll find them. So I was really happy when you guys were here. I go, yay, they made it. But I did want to make sure you guys got your honeymoon.
Yes, Monday for a couple weeks we will be unreachable. So I'm glad that we caught you when we did.
Perfect, yes. So I don't know what else to say, except that I'm just very grateful that you both are here, that you both are happy, and you're both very healthy. And you just made an amazing presentation on the stage with your demonstration, and it was awesome. And I'm glad that's the way you can kind of roll out and head on into your honeymoon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The best start that we could ask for to the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been awesome having you guys here, and it's been awesome with everything you guys have done. So it's great to see you guys have success. And it's always cool when the nice people have success. You kind of root a little better. You're like, okay, I like them. They can be successful.
You know, speaking of gratitude, I just want to leave you with this one last thing. We were here for the first time when this festival was Rock on the Range.
Yeah.
And I played the national anthem. And it was the craziest day. Like, if you remember, we got rained out. Like, I was standing on the stage to play the anthem, and we got rained out. Like, before, I was like, I flew out here to play a 90-second song, and we had to wait like 6 hours. You know, we hid out in these tunnels right next to us here, and everybody took shelter and waited.
Yes.
And when we came back and we stood on the stage, we had the color guard, and we had some of the Dying to Live cancer survivors there on the stage, and it was truly one of the most magical moments of my life, like right here in Columbus. So it's just so, it feels so full circle to come back, you know, be newly married, be here with, you know, my best friend is in my band. This is like my solo music. We get to be here with our friends in Evanescence and Disturbed and POD and so many other incredible bands, and like sort of have this homecoming and play here as an artist for the first time. So it's just really exciting to be here, and we're really, really grateful.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that evacuation, and the only thing that saved it was when you took the stage and did that. It was awesome.
She kicked it back in.
Yeah,
awesome.
you brought all the good energy back into that place. It was amazing.
Such
good.
a great time.
Thank you. That was really great. Gosh, I'd forgotten until just now.
I will never forget it. Honestly, like one of the most amazing experiences of my whole life. It really was.
That's awesome. Did you learn OH?
I did. Yes, but I learned that from last year with Alice.
Yes.
Okay.
I learned that one from last year. I did it today.
Okay.
I did it on the stage today, and I did it at the Bluestone, and I did it all the other times.
Yes, you
Like,
did.
I feel like I've just been here. I think this is my 4th Columbus show in under a calendar year. So
Yep.
I basically live here now.
There was a band called the Nova Twins, and I was trying to explain the OHIO thing to them. I'm like, if you go OH, you're going to see all these people.
They're gonna go
Are you
IO.
setting me up? I'm like, no. Why would I set you up?
Set
today?
you up. No, I'm setting you up for success.
I'm like, trust me, do
I'm
this.
setting
Trying to
you
get
up
you
for
over.
the crowd to
Right.
love you.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. We totally appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Nita Strauss and Josh, and don't forget to keep an eyeball out for these folks after they get back from their honeymoon, because there's more to come. It's Sonic Temple Day 1. Lewis and Ronnie with your rock station 99.7 The Blitz.